Hello, hello, good people. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again with Vaughn. Happy New Year to everyone. I forgot this is my first time back, and after the New Year celebration. So happy New Year to everyone. Down below, I'd like to point out that you can see the correct spelling of my name. You also have my IG handle for more political news. You can always follow me and go to my IG page. I'm on Facebook as well, but that's more that's a lot less political stuff. I don't post a lot of personal stuff, period. But you can find more of the political information and keep up to date with things on a day-to-day basis by following me on Instagram. And then also today, just for today, I put my daughter's Cash App here because it's her birthday. So if you want to bless her with a birthday, send her a birthday blessing, please use her Cash App there. And follow her on Instagram as well. Okay, so let's talk about this daycare situation and what's really behind it. Okay, it's you got to look and you got to really pay attention to go beyond what's on the surface with these people and what their agenda is. So we saw this week this hyper focus on Minnesota and Governor Walz and fraud cases out of Minnesota that are connected to daycare, the daycare system. Okay. Now, number one, I'd like to point out that Governor Walz, already had under investigations that were ongoing. Okay. So they were already fixing the problem. And then what you saw, because the society became aware that this administration was claiming that there's a big issue that's going on in Minnesota with fraud and daycares. Then you had all the conservative influencers descend on Minnesota, going from preschool to preschool, asking us or demanding to see the children. First of all, if you ever were to step up to a school or a preschool where my child is demanding to see the children, you don't have a child that attends that school. You don't have a child, period, because a lot of these influencers were very young. I doubt they even have any children. Why the fuck are you here? If I was the parents, I would have pulled up and made sure that my child's daycare was protected. Oh, you want to demand to get inside? Talk to me first. Talk to one of the parents first. That would have been number one on my agenda. But you had them get turned away because, of course, they're not going to let any random people in the daycare when you got small children. And then so these influencers go and report that, oh, there were no children. We didn't see any children. So, there's all this fraud that's happening. And then this administration's response was cutting all subsidized money that goes to subsidize childcare across the nation, not just Minnesota, across the nation. So people of a certain socioeconomic level that are barely able to afford the small portion of what they have to pay for childcare, now they will receive no assistance. Not just in Minnesota, everywhere. Everywhere. So what is this all connected to? How did this little, mustard seed blow up into a big, what it became? It's because it's tied to Project Esther. And I encourage you to go back and watch my video on Project Esther. As a matter of fact, I'm going to link this video to the previous episode about Project Esther. One of the key components of Project Esther was to get women back in the home. Which parent, if there's a two-parent household, which parent is most likely to leave their job or quit their job if there's no childcare? The mom. Which parents, if so let's say they're going to school, they're getting their education, single family household, single parent household, or two parents. Which parent is most likely, if they were trying to focus on school, getting a better education so they could get a better job, have a higher income so they could get off of the subsidized childcare or stop using the subsidized childcare? Who do you think is going to be impacted by this? Do you think they're going to be able to continue school or are they going to have to go back and get a job. Just work the job that they have to try to make more money, because now they got to pay more for the pre-K. Now they have to pay more for the school. So the target is women, getting women out of the workforce, getting women out of or stop them from pursuing higher education and getting them back in the home. And how do you do that when all the other stuff has not worked that you've tried? You pull money and resources from them. They've already pulled it through education, higher education. They're pulling scholarship money. They're pulling Pell Grant money and reducing funding there. And now they're going after childcare. So they want you to have the kids. But if you can't afford the kids, fuck you and the kids. That's basically what this administration, white Christian nationalism, the Heritage Foundation, that's what they all say. Populate and have more babies so we have a larger labor force, because again, you're not able to get that higher education. So you just become day laborers for the wealthy, for the 1%. Provide us more bodies for that. But we don't care how you do it. We don't care how you get it together. We don't care how you support yourself. We don't care how you take care of the kids. Feed them, clothe them, send them to school. We don't give a fuck. Just produce us more bodies. So as soon as they are old enough, we can put them in some job. Project Esther, go back and read it or watch the video that I have linked to this one. This is all about women, putting women back in the household, barefoot and pregnant, uneducated, unemployed, no way to support themselves. So think about this also. So they have no way to support themselves. They will have lower education. And let's take the woman who is dependent upon the abusive spouse. How likely is she to leave that spouse? How likely is she to think that she can make it on her own with her children? This daycare thing is not about daycares. It's not about fraud. It's about their bigger picture and their bigger agenda, and that is controlling women. Take note and pay attention.